One of the good thing that the innovation that came up and
free
involved in some of the keys graduate people.
Jermaine, but I want to ask you this.
Training, for instance, we do quite a lot of work around digital literacy. And it's not just about access to the technology, but it's about how you use technology in the right way. So, for instance, if we look at the elections that just happened, one of the key issues that came up is how social media has an impact on decisions people make and how media technologies have an impact on people. So making sure that people are able to filter the information they're seeing. So, in terms of the work that we do, we have a huge amount of resources that are available online. So resources that support English language teaching and learning, for instance, that support teacher development, that support anyone that's interested in learning English to go onto any of our websites or go through our podcasts or using one of our apps to learn English in sort of a more effective way. However, we have to be cognizant of the fact that if you don't use technology properly, you risk exacerbating digital exclusion. So, for instance, there are places in Nigeria where there isn't access to technology, where the cost of technology is prohibitive. So as part of a project that we're working on in partnership with Philip and his colleagues at the College of Education, with the National Commission for Nomadic Education, for instance, we're taking a look at those resources online and seeing how do we get resources that have been developed to support English language teachers into the hands of teachers that are working in some of the most low-resourced nomadic schools in Nigeria, for instance. And part of that might be using things like SD cards. So everyone has a phone. It might not necessarily have internet, but most people would have a phone that has an SD card or a memory card slot. So how do we take the content online and use it, put it on those SD cards, give it to those teachers, and they're able to partake in effective continuous professional development?
How? That's very briefly. Give us a sense rather of the nexus between what you're doing and entrepreneurship, because the sense people may have about entrepreneurship is ability to acquire the experience and insights into being self-employed, as it were, or becoming employers of their own. Yes.
Okay. So I think if you look at entrepreneurship, there are a couple of key things that are very important. One is the ability to be a problem solver. So this is the foundation of entrepreneurship, the ability to collaborate and communicate with others. And through a lot of our work, this is the heart of what we do. So for instance, in our teacher training programs, what we do is we work with teachers to pick up what are called core skills, these 21st century skills that young people need. So things like problem solving, critical thinking, communication and collaboration, digital literacy, and then get those teachers to work in their classrooms and help their students understand how they can use these skills once they leave school, but also once they go to university.
I'm not really cutting short, but what I can take away from your postulations is the fact that this is centered majorly on teaching English language, which is promoting the language of the British people. But it's good, really, because of what is our lingua franca. But, since Kingsley talked about linking it to entrepreneurship, that's why I brought in a technology in all of this. Because technology can give people direct employment. And are we getting technology orientation? Even among the students we're talking about, you're just teaching the students. What can technology do to get somebody employed or self-employed, as case maybe? What has been your experience?
Very, very briefly. So
in the 21st century, it's not possible it's going to be difficult for people to make progress without the knowledge of technology. So in the classrooms, we use technology like we have electronic teaching labs where we will teach, and then the resource that we need, we'll get it online, and the students are able to use. Like the SD cards, we play them in class, and then students are able to, that is the student teachers now, are able to make use of it. And once they go out there to become teachers, they are going to transfer this knowledge that they've acquired from the teacher schools.
All right. Dr. Philip Hayab, lecturer at the Kaduna State College of Education. I would like to thank you for being on Good Morning Nigeria today. Director of British Council, Ahmed Mohammed, thank you for being with us on the program. And that, of course, does it for us to this edition of Good Morning Nigeria. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, 7 o'clock in the morning. Until then, you'll have a lovely day ahead of you. I'm Kingsley Osadolo.
And I'm Kyrian Umayo. Thank you for keeping us company. Please return again tomorrow for a fresh edition of Good Morning Nigeria. Have a great day.